Welcome, everybody, to the Slab Lounge, hosted by the three Quabbies, Doug Medhen, Kevin Bradley, and Robert Haywood. Kevin is coming, hopefully will be showing up later, because, here's the thing. Context is needed, people. I didn't want to Slab Lounge again, because, we just came out with another Slab Lounge, so we're gonna go back to our 2-week rotation. But, stuff happened, here's the context. We were doing... Excuse me. Finally, the attempted burp finally burps. Anyway, here's the context. We were doing a writing jam session for a show that we intend to pitch. Not gonna say what the show is, but we basically finished our writing jam session the other day. And we just started, when we was like, okay, let's have these finishing touches. And while we were doing our finishing touches, we were kind of slab lounging, and I was just all like, do you guys want to just do it tomorrow, record a slab lounge session? It was, one of the things I wanted to bring up, but didn't last session was, rest in power, Lance Reddick, the guy who, played Daniels in The Wire, and he was in, every John Wick movie. Plus, he voiced, Hellboy in an upcoming Hellboy video game. So I was just like, here's to you, Lance Reddick. And obviously the big bit that happened was Trump's indictment. So, and that's something I was just all like, yeah! Wow! Oh my god! When I got that, anyway, so it was just like, you want a Slab Lounge? So they're like, sure. So, when I got I have my Google Newsfeed, right? I get random updates and stuff like that on my Google Newsfeed. So I was right smack dab in the middle of a teaching session in Lemon Grove School District, Mount Vernon. And here I am just sitting in, helping out the music instructor, and then I just get the thing on my Google Newsfeed. I literally stood up from my chair, and I was just all like, what? Teacher looks at me and I'm just all like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Please continue your bits." And because I was not expecting that. I mean, of all the things that he's still being investigated for, from the voter fraud bits to the Mar-a-Lago docu-rating, that's the one he gets indicted on, and I'm jumping for joy. Fuck Trump. Fuck him and his fuck that orange-skinned piece of shit. Bobbert?
Okay, so I'm just yes, I'm also happy that he got indicted, fucking finally, right? He's committed so many fucking open crimes, it's fucking ridiculous. How many people around his orbits get sent to jail, and yet people keep signing up to be his fucking lawyer. I don't get this shit. He's notoriously known for not paying his lawyers and getting his lawyers sent to jail. Why the fuck would you want to be part of his legal team?
Yeah,
it just seems like you need a legal team for yourself to get on his legal team. And why am I? That's like putting a hat on a hat, first of all. And and the thing is, he looks bad in hats, really bad in hats, because that hair that he puts on his head does not form well for hats. So that's a hat segue there. But yeah, I was happy too he finally got indicted. Although I felt this was the weakest of the 3 crimes. I thought the Georgia one or the Mar-a-Lago ones were the stronger ones and should have went first. However, honestly, the only reason we're dealing with this New York one is because of fucking AG Merrick Garland being a fucking pussy. How does it take this long to fucking indict someone when you had so much fucking evidence? You had over 4 fucking years of him doing evidence in 4K in real time, man. Damn, the only reason was because he was a president, or we don't do this shit because president. And you know why this shit happened? It's because we let fucking Nixon off. We let him resign his ass. No, we should have brought him in, not give him the chance to resign. And Gerald Ford definitely should have pardoned his ass. Mm-hmm. Because we would, you know what? Even before that, we should have got fucking President Johnson. He was horrible. Or President Jackson. There were so many fucking indictable presidents back through history. But you know what? I'm just saying, most recent bias thing is Nixon really fucked it up, because if he would have been indicted, we wouldn't have been doing this whole rigmarole saying, oh, presidents can't be indicted, that Mueller report when it got squashed by Bill Barr because shit's already been down before. And it's all about precedents. That's the whole point of law. It's all about precedents. And everyone's being a pussy to step up to the plate because one guy's going to say a few words or the Republican right and we're going to say this is a political witch hunt. They were always going to say this, regardless. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, when he said he could shoot a guy in the Fifth Avenue and get away with it, literally, if they had a video of that in 4K, the same fucking right-wing Republican things will be saying, like, this is a political witch hunt. That's to go against the political opponents. What about Biden Hunter's laptop? Yeah, if Biden Hunter's laptop was bad, he should go to jail too. About the Jeffrey Epstein thing, if the Clintons were involved, they should go to jail too. But so should Trump and everyone else involved. Yeah. That's the problem. With the people on the left, we want everyone to go to jail. People on the right only want left people to go to jail. Like, that's the disconnect.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. Apparently, they're negotiating he has to surrender. He has to have his fingerprints
surrender. He's going to do a mugshot. He's going to do a mugshot. He's going to get photographed. But he's basically going to get released on his own recognizance. They were saying, like, they wanted to do it last Friday, but they were saying no because the Secret Service needs, like, 72 hours to prepare that shit. Like, Secret Service does not need 72 fucking hours to transport a president, keep him safe. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. I don't, like, my only thing is, like, they wanted to do it Tuesday because I think he wanted to push it to Tuesday so he could be right when he said he was going to get arraigned on Tuesday. I just think they want to retcon this whole shit. That's what I think.
I personally think that they're setting it for Tuesday just because he kept saying, "Oh, I'm going to be arrested on Tuesday," and they're just like, "Fuck it, you want it Tuesday? It's going to happen on Tuesday, you fucking prick."
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, they want to retcon it because, like, he said Tuesday, but it was 2 Tuesdays ago. So now he wanted to not get Friday. He wanted to do this Tuesday so he could be like, "See, I told you it was Tuesday." That's the shit they do all the time. Mm-hmm. They retcon shit all the fucking time.
He's trying to, like, not have this mugshot taken because he doesn't want it used against him politically. To be fair, once I see that mugshot, I'm going to take it and I am going to slap it anywhere I can. I fucking mean that, as mugshots are usually available for the public to just fuck with. And I am going to have so much fun with that.
The thing is such that he's not going to be in the orange jumpsuit for the mugshot.
No.
But I kind of want to see what kind of makeup he wants to put on because he has all this time. He had like 72 hours to get his makeup team, hair team, and all that shit aligned for this perfect mugshot. I just want to see how bad he fucks it up. Like, because it's like, it's still not going to be perfect. And it's like, dude, you had 72 hours and you still fucked up this mugshot.
See, right? And on top of that, the lawyer that's representing Trump is Taco something.
Taco
Peanut.
I say Topeka, whatever.
Yeah, I'm certain Trump calls him. Even Colin Jost said this on his weekend update. With Michael Che and Colin Jost. He's like, yeah, no, Trump definitely calls him tapioca. And I'm like, yo,
oh, definitely. Definitely. He does not know. He does not know this guy's name. He has so many lawyers sent to jail or didn't pay. He does not know any other names. Honestly, he just got tired. He got weirded out when they stopped being Jews. So he can actually say, "Is it not the Jew?" It's like, no, I think it's Italian. Oh, okay. That was Trump's problem.
Yeah, no, and on top of that, like when I saw that attorney, like Tapioca, I'm calling him Tapioca, fuck it. When I saw his face, I'm all like, dude, you look like a fucking monkey.
He looks like a monkey. He looks like Ron DeSantis' little brother, bro. Right? Doesn't he? He's like slightly chubby. He looks. I was like, at first I was like, is that Ron DeSantis? Like, no, because Ron DeSantis did go to law school, Harvard Law School. Notice how a lot of these Republican housewives go to Harvard Law School. Just saying.
Well, I mean, like, I'm assuming DeSantis had to suck someone's cock to do that. Like,
either him or his parents when they were trying to donate that wing somewhere.
That's true. That is true. I'm not even going to call him Ron. I'm just going to call him Meatball.
Meatball. Dude, that Meatball was him in the booth trying to act all tough in Tallahassee. Like...
It's
dude,
so
like, Matt Gaetz
weird.
Is probably tougher than you, and Matt Gaetz is a pussy.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Matt Gaetz is the definition of pussy. I mean, like, just his face.
He has the definition of punchable face. Like, he just has it. Like, on the spot, I could not even know him. Like if an alien race came down here, they didn't know anything about them. Saw his face, they would feel the urge to punch him. Like I feel the urge to punch this person for some reason.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. It's so weird though, because like I'm just like I'm watching like DeSanctimonious himself said he wouldn't help with the extradition. I mean, like, why would he? This man is like scared as fuck to go up against Trump. No matter how much you want to try to say otherwise. He has. I mean, think about it. This man has been on the receiving end of Trump for the longest. I mean, like, he's been, like, hell, he called him Ron DeSanctimonious, nobody liked it. But then when he called him Meatball, like, I'm using it too because I'll give Trump that. He does kind of look like a fucking meatball. But, like, he just said nothing. Nothing. You know.
Well, he didn't say nothing. It was just like how, Ted Cruz didn't say nothing when Trump called his wife ugly and accused his father of being part of the JFK assassination plot. Like,
well, that's Ted Cruz. I mean, first of all, he's not even American. He's Canadian. He's Canadian.
He's called Raphael. He's called Raphael Ted Cruz. Like, well, we'll go by Ted. Like, you can't even go by Raphael, man. Damn, man.
Well, if he goes by Raphael, like the public will sentence him to live in Cancun forever. Like, like no one.
Yeah, well, he probably wouldn't have made that far in the GOP because it'd be like, we want a Hispanic, but this is too Hispanic.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's either you go by Ted or just go to Cancun. Just go to Cancun.
Or because you just saw what they did to Nikki Haley, that dumb bitch. She's all like, I want to be in this race. I'm the first one in this race. I haven't said shit, and she's just getting shitted on by Ann Coulter for saying, like, Ann Coulter was like, go back to your own country. I'm like, I'm pretty sure she was born here. Like,
yeah, right. Wait,
and I saw someone thing. Someone said like the most ironic thing is a white woman telling them to go back to their own country.
Yeah, but like it's when you brought up like when I'm surprised Ann Coulter's still alive.
Right? No, like her and Kelly Conway. Like, let's just merge the two and kill them off.
I honestly thought no. When I was like still, what I mean by still alive, I was just all like, wait, you still say stuff publicly? Like people still want you to say stuff publicly?
I think she just wrote a book. She just wrote a book a couple months ago or years ago. That's why she's saying shit. Like she actually cycles on lock. Whenever it's like a political cycle, somehow she comes out with a new book.
Yeah, I know about the book. I know it came out like a few years ago, but I didn't think she'd still be in like public. I'm basically saying she's desperate to stay in public.
Well, because at first she was defending Trump, and then she went against Trump, and now it seems like, hey, her book sales are down, so now she's kind of getting back in here with her racist rants. It's like, hey guys, I was just as racist before. Hey, I'm back, y'all. It's like, stop giving MTG so much fucking time. She's just a shorter, fatter, uglier version than me, but not that much, but still.
Yeah, and Green's gonna be protesting on Tuesday. I don't think she's gonna.
Yeah, she said she's gonna protest. She's bad for violence. She said she's showing up. I'm just like, DOJ arrest her for planting those bombs at the RNC and DAC. Mm-hmm. Anyone who watches those videos and watches how she walks her gait or side, that is so obviously her putting that shit down there. You can't tell me differently. You could put a gun to my head right now, and I would still say that shit.
I'm just gonna say Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm not gonna. MTG stands for most terrible girl, and I really refuse to take anyone seriously since they fuck your gym teacher, really?
Okay, here's the thing. That's what I was saying earlier. It's like, I don't get, like, these women can just easily give up their pussy because it's like, he cheated on her husband at the gym with all these other guys. I'm like, all these other guys wanted to bang her? Like, what?
And what's
like,
weird
is it just because of opportunity and right there?
And the gym teacher's like wanting to divorce her ass because like she's too crazy. And I'm just like,
she's super crazy, and I feel bad for their kids. Like, honestly, they always say their mothers and whatever. I have not seen their kids. Like, how is their kids' life with this chick? Because, like, before she became famous, she was still like this. So I'm just like, damn, like, how is your school life? Like, that's been horrible, man. Like, you just have this crazy-ass chick who you can't tell her nothing.
Yeah, right? And on top of that, like, when she was rocking that fur coat, she looked like who was it? I think it was either Stephen Colbert or one of either the Late Show either The Late Show, Stephen Colbert, or Weekend Update that said she looked like Cocaine Bear, and I'm just all like, wow, she actually does.
She does. You know, she looks at the sequel, The Meth Bear. She went up one. Like, she definitely did meth or heroin in her past. Her skin cannot be like that. Like, without doing
oh my God.
It looks dried out and like green. Like, I've seen a lot of meth addicts and stuff on there. Like, that's what it looks like. Like, after doing a lot of meth and shit, like your skin's kind of glossy, oily, kind of like there, you know.
Her skin's kind of orangey. I'm calling that a Trump virus.
Right? Like, it just got more and more, and it's like, and the more she yells and everything. And you know what? The same thing with Lauren Boebert. If you watch how Lauren Boebert, like, when she first ran and how she is now, she's gotten more orange.
Yeah, and even what is her obsession with public urination? Did you see that hearing?
No, well, her husband did that, whipped out a dick in front of minors, and that's why he's a sexual offender. And, you know, she has her kids out here, somehow has 5 kids, all have guns. There was a link that shows that she was definitely an escort.
that I can honestly believe.
And that he probably definitely slept with Cruz to get his nomination. Honestly, his husband seemed like a cuck enough that he wanted to watch Lauren Boebert screw Cruz.
Yeah, I'd buy that. I would buy that. I will buy that. You know what's weird about Cocaine Bear? So it actually grossed in more money than was put into the project. Elizabeth Banks directed it. If you don't know who Elizabeth Banks is, she was in Let's Make a Porno with Seth Rogen, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was that Elizabeth Banks or was that Amy Smart? No, I think that's Elizabeth Banks.
I think that was Banks.
But she was hot. She was one of my crushes growing up. Like her.
Yeah, she was I liked her in Scrubs.
What's that shit? From Bedazzle. And she was also in the original Austin Powers.
Oh, okay. That I didn't know.
No, not Elizabeth Banks. I'm saying the chick who was in the original Elizabeth Hurley.
Okay.
Elizabeth Hurley, like her, Elizabeth Banks, and like Cristiano Romano Carlson from Even Stevens and Kim Possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh God! Don't remind me of crushes from like when I was a kid. Oh my God! Because while I'm embarrassed to say, well, I'm not embarrassed now because I just look back on it and laugh my ass off. I'm just gonna straight up say it like I don't care what kind of flack I get. When I was a kid, I had such a crush on Barbara Walters.
Was it the pantsuits?
I don't know.
The interviews?
I don't know. This is like when I do not know.
Like,
why.
When you're a kid, like, okay, so this was like a young Barbara Walters. So this was like when she was in her. So you're a kid, so she was in her late 30s.
Well, I mean, like when I was a kid, I'm talking about like when I was like 5 when I first saw her.
Yeah. So she was probably like in her late 30s or something like that, doing the interview. So she could have been hot. I mean, the pantsuits and stuff on there. I mean, honestly, pantsuits in the 80s on some women I thought were hot. Like, I thought, like, tearing them off. It was almost like the Library effect, where it's like, yeah, let's get this proper uppity woman who's all dressed and stuff and let's rip off the clothes, you know?
I mean, I can see where you're going with that. Well, like, in all honesty, you've never had an embarrassing crush when you were a kid or whatever when you look back now?
I mean... No, I can't. I mean, like, I got a lot of older ladies and stuff on there, but that was this whole, they're always older. Because, like, I guess I didn't realize their age when I was young. And I just thought they were, like, in their 20s or 25s or stuff on there. Mm-hmm. Like, I also liked Stacey Dash before I found out how much of a total cunt she is. Like, yeah, that was my thing. I was like, Stacey Dash, like, and I just wanted Alicia Silverstone to watch me while I'm fucking Stacey Dash.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I was just like, man, Stacey Dash is such a cunt.
Wow.
Also, I used to like who's the chick who played the original MJ in Spider-Man? She was also in Bring It On.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, I thought she was hot as shit when I watched Bring It On, but I don't know what the fuck happened to her. But also, like, Lindsay Lohan, huge crush. Got so huge. Mean Girls, perfect bod, everything. And then she just went off the wagon and just did all those drugs. I'm like, what the fuck, Lindsay? And then I watched her do the canyons or the hills just to see her naked and get fucked. I'm like, okay, she's kind of coming back. But yeah, there's moments.
Yeah, I mean, like with Kirsten Dunst, it's there was a
like I don't know what happened. It felt like someone just hit her face with an ugly stick. Like what the fuck, bro? Like seriously, like it was so hot. Bring it on! Like hell yeah. The intended first Spider-Man. Hell yeah. Then all of a sudden, off the cliff, off the reservation. I don't even know what happened.
Oh god, the oh man, you think that? Well, how do I put this? I'm just gonna come out and say it. You think that was? Here's something that's much worse. The studio that did Velma is actually making a raunchy version of Flintstones, calling it Bedrock.
Okay, how big is Betty's boobs gonna be in this? Because she was the hot one.
Oh yes. Okay, then that makes. I almost said. You think Wilma really? Oh, okay, Betty.
No,
never mind,
not
never
Wilma.
mind.
Wilma already naggy, redhead. Don't trust it. She's gonna be skimpy with the blowjobs. Betty, oh man, I keep running all that. I'm gonna get my rocks off. Wow.
Not while I'm inhaling, you bastard.
Wilma, I would put Wilma as being included as if I'm fucking Betty and Wilma. I think them two by themselves without Fred. Like we kill Fred, she's gone, she's a widow. I'm over there being Barney and shit, fucking Betty, all that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, let's keep inviting her over and over and over. And then one night we're just drinking some like rockeritas or whatever they call it, and then we'll just start seeing shit. Just put a hand on the knee, see what happens, get drunk, get stupid. We'll make a big family, and then it's great it'll be great for me, and it'll be great for Wilma because it's like if we get a family together, you don't have to worry about Bam Bamming your little daughter Pebbles.
Bam bamming your daughter Pebbles. Apparently they're not like so apparently what's going on is it's supposed to be like it's not going to take place in the future when Bam Bam and Pebbles hook up. They're just going back
that was the worst. That was the worst Flintstone. Even more so when they added Gizmo. They added Gizmo, or not Gizmo, the Great Gazook.
Yeah.
That was a horrible shit. But then when they did that future shit and Bama's grown up and like she's dating Pebbles, no one wanted that shit.
Well, I don't know. I think they would. Like, I'm pretty sure they're going to bring back the Great Gazoo and just fuck him up. And like depending. Look, I'll just say this. I'll keep an open mind and. Oh, okay. So Captain's gonna be popping in. Unfortunately, he's popping in when I have to like kick and re-invite. Either way,
that's fine.
I'll keep an open mind because I'm not gonna just go ahead. It's not like how do I put this? Because they did okay with Harley, and they tried that again with Velma. Thing is, it was like hey everyone, come and see the Gimp, and which what drove up the ratings. So with Flintstones, with Bedrock, I'll try to keep an open mind. I'm not saying it's
I think they
good.
have a better premise to work with Flintstones because the world of how the Flintstones work in their original episodes, you could do a lot of crazy, more adult shit. With Velma, you still have to deal with the whole mystery and murders and kind of weird shit. So you're kind of stuck in this weird world where you gotta solve mysteries and shit. Flintstones, no, it's just like everyday life. Let's live this life and get raunchy. Because, like, let's all be clear. At some point, we were a kid or stuff. As soon as the internet was up, we all looked for Betty Rubble porn at some point on the internet.
Yeah.
And so, like, if they're gonna show like her getting railed, that's gonna be great. And if they show them get railed by a black guy that I can pretend that's me, that's even better.
What the? Okay. So Captain, you came in late. He was all like, Robert and me. We basically agree. Betty, the hotter one, not Wilma. Anyway,
Okay.
But one thing that I hope they do is they get Genndy Tartakovsky in on that action, because for those who don't know, Genndy Tartakovsky really wanted to do a more adult Flintstones. In fact, when cartoon was a thing. he actually did showcase it. Wilma and Fred were going to couples counseling because of they were having marital difficulties. It never took off, but I would love to see Gendy Tortakovsky throw his hat in the mix.
Was that the nod? They did the episode of Harvey Birdman Attorney at Law, and they had Fred getting a divorce from Wilma. So was that a nod to Gendy's idea?
Well, I don't know about that. I know they had an episode with the Flintstones, but it was about like Barney being the mob boss and introduced that running gag of, whoa, that's a man kiss.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that he's doing that new project on Adult Swim about the Eternal Warriors, Unicorn Eternal Warriors.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I said,
he's still doing Primal. He's still doing Primal, and he's doing his other one. So I'm not sure how stretched he wants to be.
I mean, Elizabeth Banks is producing it. I mean, she did do Cocaine Bear, and producer basically means she hypes up the product.
Elizabeth bankrolling it. There we go.
I don't know how much of a hand she has in this production. Like I said, producers generally they just hype up the product. That's it. That's why.
Well, you need the executive producers to be the ones who put the money, but it's all about the studio and their relationship.
Mm-hmm. I just hope, like I said, I just hope Gendy's in the mix. If they get him to like,
if they're gonna be a consulting producer or a consultant, because then he doesn't have to do as much work, but he still drive some of this stuff, and that can fit more of his schedule.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Here's hoping. I'll just keep an open mind. When it drops, like that one Superman cartoon that's going to be on Adult Swim, I'll look at it. Yeah, but like, if it doesn't keep my interest, then it doesn't keep my interest. That's all I'm going to say on that particular matter.
See, the Superman one, I just feel like you can't make Superman that raunchy because he already established himself as always this perfect goody two-shoe to make him do a 180 and be an asshole.
Well, I don't know.
It's kind of hard to do when it's even, aside from when you throw like Bizarro Superman or like alternate timeline Superman.
Well, they had that one where he was gay.
Oh yeah, that one that flopped. But like, I saw Breath of the Wild, Tears of the King. That I'm like, maybe Robert can give me. Maybe I can buy Robert's Switch that he won. He's like, oh no, I'm already using it. Damn. I gotta pay those Nintendo prices. Anyway, but like I said, I'll keep an open mind because, well, for starters, it is nice that Warner Brothers is letting out Hanna-Barbera, because, like, for the longest time, they were just essentially sitting on their stuff after Warner bought them out. Yeah, it's nice to see that the Hanna-Barbera stuff is coming out. Oh, but Doug, they're changing everything. Look what they did to Velma. I mean, like, I'm not gonna care that Velma got like race swapped or any of the characters in Velma. Like, I care more about the bad writing. That was terrible. But
that was it. Like, everyone wants the new stuff to come out. Like, we want new remakes of the old stuff. It's just don't do horrible jobs for stuff that people like as their childhood. It just feels like you're ruining it instead of onto it.
I'm just like, it's so I don't know what they're gonna do with Bedrock. Besides, it's not just that. Look, if you're gonna protest something, you do know that's stupid, man. Like, because
the thing is that they kind of already got us kind of pre-prepped for a raunchier version of Flintstones when they made those horrible movies like Viva Rock Vegas.
Oh yeah, no. The only reason why I'm saying don't be so vocal when you protest something, because you unironically do the marketing's job for them. I mean, like, because of all the cucks that were just pissed off at Hogwarts Legacy coming out, the sales jumped up so hard.
Because of that transgender stuff, I just saw a thing. Someone said that Dead Space is too woke because of the neutral bathrooms.
What are you talking about? Like, the unisex bathrooms are all over the place. Like, it's just not here in America. Besides, it's not just
Europe and everything. But someone said on Twitter, like, that's too woke. I don't like Dead Space because of the neutral bathrooms. I don't like the Hogwarts Legacy because you could be like a trans gay character or whatever.
It's fucking okay. And look, The only reason I was saying like don't bash Hogwarts Legacy so hard is because you're turning your back on all the artists that the people that helped make that project. You want to give a fuck you to J.K. Rowling, just say J.K. Rowling's a cunt. I mean that's all you can really do because like anything that you try like. Because she has a hand in those royalties. Nothing you can do about it. Nature of the beast. You want to use that intellectual property, you're still going to have to deal with the person that made it.
Like, if you really want to do a F you to J.K. Rowling, get smart enough, learn how to make a time machine, go back and leave her ass in the gutter and take her Harry Potter script and sell it for yourself.
Yeah. Or you can do or you can just watch some of the Harry Potter clones that were out there before Harry Potter became a thing.
I mean, the thing is, like, some art or some projects become bigger than their creator. Mm-hmm. Like, it takes a lot for their own, just like Star Wars and all that stuff. Like, there's so much fan fiction and all that shit that, like, yeah, George Lucas, whatever, came out and said he was a huge-ass racist and all that other shit. I'm just gonna go see Star Wars. I just don't be like, fuck George Lucas.
Yeah,
and I'm still gonna go see it. Like,
I can say fuck Star Wars. I mean, I haven't watched Star Wars. I haven't watched any of the new trilogy, any of the TV series. I only watched like one episode of The Mandalorian before I was all like, yeah, this is crap. So,
I watched the first season of Mandalorian. I only watched one of the new trilogies, and then when I found out like their big reveal is Palpatine's alive and Rey is his granddaughter and shit, I'm like, nope, stupid. Such lazy writing.
I did use that as ammunition, though. Oh my god, I was like happy when I heard that because like I put him in.
Come back. It's like that's bringing back everything. If they were gonna really do this shit, they should have did what everyone wanted: a Darth Jar Jar Binks. Make it make sense. Make Episode 1 make sense.
Well, did Jar Jar even show up after the trilogy was over? Or
in the new trilogy or the old trilogy? In the prequel or the original trilogy or the new trilogy?
The new trilogy. I honestly don't even know.
I didn't see him at all.
Okay.
I'll let you came on the third one because I didn't see that shit.
Yeah, so stupid. God damn.
Star
Wars has been stupid for me, man. Like I said, after the prequel trilogy, I was like, I'm done. Well, to be fair, it was before
Wait. You didn't want to see how trade was done and trade routes and how Congress doesn't get shit done in space like it doesn't get shit done in Earth?
Look, I'm fine with them. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw that in the gutter. The only thing, like, if you say, hey, Doug, Genndy Tartakovsky's going to be working on Star Wars again, would you watch it? Probably. Because, like, the Clone Wars 5 minutes chapters that Genndy Tartakovsky did, that was the best thing Star Wars has ever put out in forever.
Well,
and I'm including the OG trilogy when the Empire loses to fucking Ewoks.
Well, Genndy likes using lots of music and scores to drive his plot. And Star Wars, say what you will, they had a great musical score with the orchestra and shit.
Oh yeah, so, no, like, I'm not denying that.
Together, that'll be even epic. That'll be so great. Like, the music will be super great.
In fact, it was Genndy because like he was all like, I don't know how true this is because like apparently he went up to LucasArts before they were bought out by Disney. He was all like, hey, can I make 2 villains? Okay, who's the first one? It's that one bitch with the dual lightsabers. Who's the other one? Droid General Grievous. Apparently that was all him. When Grievous made his debut in the 5 minute chapters, oh my god, was he creepy and intimidating as shit. He did such, wow. Dude,
see, I like what was it? I forgot her name, but the two-bladed character who was supposed to be Annika's apprentice, I liked her story arc.
Oh, in the Clone Wars CG series?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something else entirely. Genndy had nothing to do with it. That was all LucasArts.
Well, yeah. I still like that, but I just felt like they should have kept her around, but, I guess they couldn't because they already established the third fucking movie, so they already fucked everything up.
Well, Disney did say they were going to eliminate all the side story canon because they want to make their own canon now. So, like, you won't see...
with a black traitor and some girl who's the granddaughter of the Emperor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to tell Star Wars fans to do? Not watch their favorite thing? Please. They're going to watch Star Wars and they're going to keep going back to Star Wars because If they don't, what they won't have anything else in the world or something stupid like that. It's like saying it's like telling hardcore comic book movie people not to like watch comic book movies. Like it's just they're gonna keep coming back.
Know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do a dumbass shit like try to make another Indiana Jones movie when they ruined the series franchise with the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. You ruined it. Shia LaBeouf and that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull ruined that franchise.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're still making another Indie Jones.
That's what I'm saying. They shouldn't. They should sit with the horrible decision they did to invite Shia LaBeouf and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Aliens, dude? Really?
Hey, you're not going to hear any argument from me. I never watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because I knew it was going to be crap. There's no way in hell it could live up to the trilogy of Indie Jones. And then I heard the absurdity of like the magical fridge, and I'm just all like, what? The magical fridge? Are you really you're gonna tell me that's a thing? And not to mention the alien bit, but like I was like, wait, he gets into a fridge and that protects him from what? Oh my goodness, yeah. Dude, man. Oh. And then they you know that at one point they tried to make a sequel to E.T.
Yeah.
Okay, how? He comes back and then like Elliot's like dirty with kids, or like is it gonna be like where Elliot's a grandpa and he comes back to hang out with the grandkids? It's like, oh, your grandpa always told us about your stories, but we always thought he was disillusional. That's why we put him in that home. He died last year.
I don't know. Don't come to me asking when was it going to take place? After I found out they were trying. I know they stopped, but they said they were going to try to make an ET sequel. I'm like, nope, not even going to read that.
Yeah.
Like you said, they were going to make a Forrest Gump 2. But
oh yeah, the Forrest Gump 2 thing. Yeah, Gump harder.
Yeah, so
you don't need Forrest Gump 2.
Yeah, why would we
just watch the Hindi version of Forrest Gump.
Oh, what?
Chadoletta.
Okay.
You know what I wish they would have made a second of? The Terminal.
What?
I like The Terminal. Fuck y'all.
I was honestly gonna troll both of you right now, but like I said, but you know what? I'm gonna troll both of you right now. Fuck it. Why would we want to have a Forrest Gump sequel when we already have all the Fast and Furious movies we can have? And seeing as how their Fast X is coming out, I'm just super excited about it.
Oh my god! You know what? I would have watched a Fast and Furious movie, one of them, if they had Forrest Gump in there instead of fucking like what's it guy? The guy who plays Groot. Fucking his name is escaping me.
Yeah, I was like, there's a large group of people for you to pick from to substitute out there. Right.
Well, anyone, like if the whole thing was, if Paul Walker was Forrest Gump, the whole thing was like, I need to go find Jenny. I need to go fast. I need to go furious. I would have been down with that. Because I would have been like, this is stupid already.
This is stupid already? Okay, just lean into it even more so. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like myself and Irene when Jim Carrey did that horrible movie with Renee Zellweger.
The cable guy? Wait, was it the cable guy that, or was it?
No, it was myself,
and Irene.
Oh, okay.
When he did that horrible movie with Renee Zellweger and like he's Hank and Cop, and somehow he has 2 black kids that he adopted. Like what? Like this was The Blind Side before The Blind Side, before Sandra Bullock had to make some reason up to why he married a Nazi boyfriend.
Wow. Okay. You know, speaking of Jim Carrey
movies, that's why she did it. You know, that's why she did that movie, right?
Well, wait, what?
Sandra Bullock did The Blind Side because there was a huge controversy that her husband was a Nazi. She married her. That they think that she might be a Nazi, and she didn't want to take a hit to her reputation. So she's like, "Look, I'm a nice white mom who adopted this black boy in this southern movie, The Blind Side."
Oh, I didn't know that was okay. I mean,
yeah.
To be fair, I'm not gonna care. I mean, I never really cared much for Sandra Bullock to begin with, but like.
Oh, you didn't like her in Speed?
Which one? Are we talking about the first Speed or Cruise Control? Either way, it's fucking
the first one. The second one was ridiculous. The second one was so ridiculous.
Oh, of course,
that Cruise Control. Oh.
It's cruise control. You're on a cruise ship. It's not cruise control. You can't do cruise control to cruise control. That's just called sailing, bro.
Yeah.
We have controlled your cruise.
There was, but speaking of, let me get back to the Jim Carrey movies for a bit, because there's this one story. There was this one, like, I'm pretty sure it was fictional, but I read this story online. There's a lady. She was like, she wanted to see the number. I think it was like 42 or 23 or something like that. Whatever. Anyway, so she goes in and she accidentally walks into the wrong theater. She sees the opening of 300. She gets up. She's like, "This isn't the number 23." Dude comes up from behind
42.
her.
That's a Jackie Robinson movie.
Oh wait, which was the serious drama bit that like Carrey was in?
Who was in?
Jim Carrey wanted to do a drama movie. And...
The Majestic.
Huh?
He was in The M3GESTIC.
Oh, never mind. Anyway, so she gets up.
Eternal Sunshine on a Spotless Mind.
Oh, okay. Then, never mind. The whole thing is ruined. Fuck it. But like, I can't believe. So let's just. Yeah, my brain just farted. Well, to be fair, I'm still real. Like, okay, I know I'm bringing this back to full circle and stuff like that. You could see, like, Doug's just running out of things to say. Really, kind of isn't. Like, I'm still like so shocked that piece of shit got indicted. Like, I really am. I'm still like reeling from it. Because, like, I honestly thought nothing was going to happen.
It's kind of a thing we'd expected to never happen.
Yeah. I honestly thought it would never happen, and he would still have vindication. Well, either way, it's still, like, he's still getting, like, a ton of donation money to help fight the witch hunt. So, like, because people are donating to him, like, in droves, despite the fact that, well, I'm guessing everybody stopped buying his NFTs, so take from that what you will.
I stopped thinking they did anything to try and do that.
Wait, what?
After it got attention and everybody laughed at it, I thought they stopped promoting it.
No, well,
they keep promoting. Like, cause honestly, there was a great hypothetical alternate history that Michael Sperconis posed yesterday, saying that if Trump would have just accepted his loss, never did January 6th, showed up to the inauguration, do you really think they would actually go after him because he's done so many crimes?
Yeah. The only reason they're going after him now is because he's done so many. It's the mobster approach. We're gonna get you on something, and then we're just gonna work out the rest.
Work it out,
you on something. It's the whole thing of like why they're holding Andrew Tate for forever, because it's like we don't have exactly what we need, but if we keep you out of the way, we can get what we need.
Right? Or they took forever for Epstein to fucking get indicted. Like, it's like there's so many people involved. That's the problem with all these rituals. Like, there's so many people involved in a conspiracy. It's like, who has a clean hand that can actually do this shit without getting dragged?
Yeah, not to mention that even if you got a jury, you have to find a jury that's not going to be biased to Trump, a publicly known figure who's promoting himself every 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So I can imagine the nightmare it is to bring him to court, even without being like, we're definitely going to get him. Because just normal things you would do aren't going to work in court because Trump's just who he is kind of defeats the point.
Yeah, that orange skin prick. I know. Okay, full disclaimer, people. Yes, we don't mind touching up on heavy topics, and I think this is actually the first time where we've just been like this political. I think so.
Probably, and honestly,
in some corners, we've shit talked Republicans for a good bit.
Yeah, because like honestly, and it's their kind of fault because they're just doing crazy ass shit. And I kind of blame Trump on this because, like, look at what's happening in Arizona with Carrie Lake. I'm still seeing this bitch still saying we need to get the signing of the votes and it's still rigged and all this shit. And I'm just like,
it's basically what he triggered. The moment that he proved you could just be like, I didn't fucking lose, and span that out for like a whole another 2 years, it put everybody else in a situation to be like, okay, I can just do that.
Right,
I'm not going to lose and just be like, I won though, and then just say that for 2 more years, even
Right,
though the winner
and then fleece some more
clearly is
people
in
for
position.
money. Fleece people for money for support, or like if a huge scandal that normally you would resign from. It's like, I'm not resigning. Fuck these people. This is a political witch hunt. I'm just gonna stay here until someone else does something more horrible.
I just love it when I just love it when Jordan Klepper goes to Trump rallies and completely dismantles their argument, right in front of their faces.
But half the time they still don't even understand it. They're just, he says, and they'll still be like, "What?"
Right.
What?
He's like, half the time they're like, it was still Obama. It's like, but Obama wasn't even the president then. It was Trump. Well, it was Obama's administration, but it was Trump's administration that did this. But Benghazi.
Yeah. Oh my god! Like that. I just love how that he dismantles the arguments of those retards right in their faces, and the fact that they just like look at him and give him that sassy stare, and I'm just all like,
well, it's almost like that. What's that one
chick, man?
That one chick who went viral a couple of weeks ago when she was asked to define wokeism when she wrote a whole book on it.
Oh yeah, and they asked her, bitch couldn't conjure one word. Yeah. It's a confusing thing to speak. Bitch, you wrote a book.
You wrote a book. That's why you're on the TV show right now for money.
You are not allowed to write a book and then not be able to talk about the things in your book. When someone just is like, tell me a sentence. That is the equivalent of Trump of, hey, what's your favorite quote of the Bible? I like the whole thing. Just all of it. Just front to back. All of it. Bible.
It's like third Ecclesiastes 4:4. Like, there's no third Ecclesiastes. Well, there should be.
Like, at least, if you're gonna be bullshitting, at least cover it well. Be like, well, can you explain this? Well, I would, but then there's no reason you would read my book. Okay, you saved yourself. Right? That's all you have to do. Just don't fucking explain it and make them go buy the book.
These people need to go back and watch Seinfeld and watch my spirit animal, George Costanza, do bullshit. He's good at it. Like, he'll get caught sometimes, but he's dedicated to the bullshit.
I halfway feel like I could go be in the Republican Party because I could just get in. They wouldn't question shit. They could be against everything I'm in, and I'd still get in.
Yeah.
I could be sitting over there with fucking Mitch McConnell listening to his turtle laugh. Through my day. Because clearly Santos could be chilling over there and be fine, so what the fuck's stopping me?
Right? I don't run for Congress is because I have too many skeletons in my closet, and I'm like, I have enough shame to not want to deal with that. I can be shameless. I can be a token black guy who just gets a lot of fucking money and dragged out anytime someone says racist shit for $100,000 a pop.
Be careful. There's still already 2 ones out there. You might have to fight for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Well then we'll sell that thing. We'll make our own Black Caucus Party like the Democrats have, but in the Republican Party, and then ask for a committee that has a budget of $500 million, and then we'll just use that recklessly, and then when we get caught, we won't resign.
Just bring back the rent too damn high party. It still exists. It just hadn't been brought back yet.
We should bring it back up. They're always bringing up inflation and this gas tax and all this other shit. They're still bringing
that guy's been waiting to just perfect that mustache and beard even further back on TV. Waiting.
Just out there. He's just been combing that shit, taking all the mustache, new supplement shit. It's like, I like every year they come up with a new beard oil, mustache oil. I'm just perfecting it.
If there was a person that you might consider to be the Black Colonel, that was him. That was fucking Black Colonel. That's why Mike originally made the chicken, and some other white dude just took his look and was trying to be like, now just push him to the back.
No, he was the slave of the Colonel. It was like, yeah, I was a riddle cam. They come and took my look, kept me in the back, made me do the 13 original recipes, then kill me off.
That's why he came out about the print.
You see, I was
like, they don't pay me enough to pay for this shit.
You see, I was silent because I was actually coming up with this prominent African Negroes, and Pan for short, and we can actually have a picture of Pan for both Pan's Labyrinth and anyway, and we just go all in. Our symbol, our symbol can be the Popeyes fried chicken sandwich. We could just go. We don't even have to say strawberry properly. We just have to say strawberry and just go all in on every single stereotype and we will just win the black vote. Then it's not just that. We'll also win the curious whiteys. We'll also win the whiteys that are curious because they're just all like, wait, this way I can understand black people better because that's how we can take advantage of the woke people right there. Oh my God, I'm drooling. Hold on, give me a second.
So you just want to pander to people.
I'm seriously running with
party. That's what you want to do. Pander to people at the Pan party. I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. We can give out clocks that say woke on it.
And like the woke culture will just be like, oh, really? This is what George Washington Carver did? Yeah, and it's not just about peanuts and peanut butter. That's the one. And here is the true Philly cheesesteak. They will fall in love with us. Because we will have, and we can just say, if you elect us into power, I guarantee you, Mad Hen House will spearhead all the entertainment, and we will make sure that your children not only learn what 2 + 2 is, because math is definitely failing. math scores are failing bad.
Math's too woke. Remember, that's why Florida threw it away.
Mm-hmm. We will make sure that. We lock in. We try to avoid all the religious stuff because keep in mind now I'm Orthodox Christian. I have read the Bible and I know for a fact that the Bible advocates that women are objects. I mean, hell, look at the story of Abraham when he had to kill when God told him because I was actually going to bring this into Insane Heroes when God told him to kill his son, only for God to say, "Hey, stop!" at the last minute. Because the Bible shows us that our children are exactly that, expendable.
I mean, if I was Abraham, I'd have gone through it even after he said stop, because like shit would have been too awkward.
Look, yeah, right. I mean, it's noticeable because when Adam and Eve first existed, notice how time was not addressed, and then they had Cain and Abel. Suddenly, we're concerned about time. Aging happens when you have kids.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's what happened. And also, there was no other woman, so they were all fucking their moms. Even the murderer Cain. I mean, depending on how fast they found out he killed Abel, he still probably got one in.
I mean, depending on your interpretations, there's a lot more complicated stuff. But basically, yeah, most of us are incest babies.
Well, also Noah and them, they were just having They only had 3 different women on that shit. I'm sure there was a lot of bestiality going on here. He's like, I want to spice shit up.
Mm-hmm. How I love. I'm loving this. I'm calling the party Pan. And if anybody's all like, Doug, you're leading into great way to make this about race. Oh, you really want me to make it about race? Let's say I'm
pandering to the masses. That's the whole point of Pan, dude. Mm-hmm. Right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there.
Besides, it's not just that. If you really, really, really wanted to bring race into this, let me ask you. You say Jesus is white, right? Yeah. Okay. Who killed Jesus? Or rather, who tortured and killed Jesus? And how many of those people were okay with torturing and killing Jesus? Oh, Doug, it's the Passion. Why don't you go through that same shit and call it? And if you can call it the Passion after all that, then you are obviously retarded.
I mean, literally, the judge washed his hands of the incident. Like, he made a whole symbolic gesture to be like, nope, I'm not in this. Nope. It's a pretty big hint that this. How often nowadays do you see the judge hit the gavel and then throw the gavel out the window and take off the gown and be like, I'm off the clock. I didn't make the decision. Don't remember me. Like, nobody fucking does that. But you put a trial to Jesus and you're like, you know what? Just in case, go get the bowl of water. I must cleanse myself. Like, clearly you thought something was going wrong, even though you were doing it. Which for a law purpose, for me, says a lot because it's like saying, "Oh, we're trying to follow the law." Yeah, but you blatantly knew the law was bullshit. You knew what was going on, so you still followed through with what you thought was the law, but you still had to wash your hands of it, which means you viably knew you were doing something wrong. So how does that implement? How does that show that he was like the greatest judge? Which is like they want to put him up there at the same questionable judgehood of, oh, Solomon. Yes, because Solomon hoped that humans weren't so dumb at that time that they would take a half baby.
Right.
Which clearly one person was.
Yeah.
My thing is just wild that story even happened. It's like this woman's claiming this is her baby. No, it's like, no, it's my baby. Like, wait, what the fuck? Like, you knew it was going to come out your vagina.
To be fair, he just did a whole diatribe about incest. So indirectly, that might be her baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And there, at one point, a guy was talking to a talking bush and decided to keep all his guys. Like, hey guys, I just talked to this fiery bush. We're gonna get the fuck out of here after we release some horrible plaguing shit on this army. Let's go.
We don't know. She could have went to court and said, "Hey, I am the next fucking Mary. That was my virgin birth. I didn't have to have a man for that baby, but that's my fucking baby."
Yeah,
like,
yeah. How can Mary be white? Okay, how can Mary be white? She is history's first recorded baby mama. No, white people can't have that. Right. We have to take that.
Well, you know, it makes sense that Joseph was enough of a cuck to be like, oh, okay, I never got to smash that, but I'm gonna raise this kid as my own. Fuck that shit. Won't see a black guy doing that.
Yeah, God's black. That's
you won't be seeing a black guy doing that. Like hell no. Nah. You gotta send that summons for that child support if you want that.
Herschel Walker was right in the end.
Oh God. Although, to be fair, I don't know if y'all caught the news. Herschel Walker is not the worst of the people that are, I guess, feeling like they need to live biblically, considering that one dude who donated his sperm over in the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah, him.
Everyone ever, to the point that you have to be banned and you're still like, take it. And so now there's just like hundreds and hundreds of children that are linked to him. So he's now up the rate of like incest babies. Then you include Nick Cannon, who doesn't help.
They still fail in comparison to Genghis Khan, who owns like 25%. It's like Genghis Khan and then Thomas Jefferson, who has like 60% of the black population.
Well, to be fair, that's because everybody else is at least talking up people. Genghis didn't talk to you. Genghis took.
Genghis took.
You don't have Genghis, baby. You just didn't know until he showed up.
It's like, it's Genghis. Little Genghis. And know what someone did? When he saw his penis, they're like, Carl!
Oh, no.
Good Lord. Little Genghis.
And it's Khan. I just did a Star Trek II reference, yes.
Yes, you did. Oh, my goodness. What a day. Like, what a monumental fucking... This week was just like all my Christmases came at once when I got that when I got the news that he got indicted. Of all the things, like, you know, like, I know he's going to be released on ROR. I know he's probably not going to face any jail time, but I am going to hunt for that fucking mugshot, and I'm going to do a lot of things, from putting a penis on top of that.
You're not gonna have to hunt for that. He's gonna post that shit himself and put, look at what the Democrats are doing. Please send me money. It's gonna be there, bro.
And I'll be right there just to have a picture, like a shop job with like everything from penis to like a shitty mustache to like putting it through some AI algorithm nonsense, because AI is officially turning the world inside out, considering how anyway. Oh my goodness, I am gonna have a lot of fun. I might just put like Trump head on YouTube thumbnails just because I'm going to make sure I have as much fun and I troll so hard.
Dude, we were gonna troll him so hard. It was back when he's president, because you know when he said Mexico's not sending their best, they're sending rapists and all that stuff. We could have been like, we're not sending our best president. U.S. is not sending their best presidents. We're sending over rapists, drug users, abusers. We're sending that shit.
Yeah, it's like I said. Every time they say that whenever, because I do like using troll logic. Whenever they're saying like the Biden election was rigged and the 2020 election, the election was rigged. I'm like, yeah, 2016 was a rigged election, and they're like, no, it isn't. And I'm like, yeah, but like, if you're gonna spread those lies, I'm gonna spread the whole thing that Trump had his way with his daughter. He stole the 2016 election, and that's a wig. It's a wig. He doesn't have
problem
hair.
right there is the first one you said was not a lie. He definitely had sex with Ivanka.
Yes, he did.
If he didn't, she's been avoiding it this whole time cleverly.
Right.
He enters the room and she's like strategically trying to get out. That's why that happened on the talk show where he admitted he'd be doing stuff like that. She was like, "Oh, I knew I should avoid this show." Fuck.
Well, the thing was that she was definitely getting touched inappropriate when she was younger. They said that when she was like in high school and went to college, she was a huge slut and just got drunk and party all the time. So that shows like she was probably doing this to repress the feelings of having sex with Trump, and then also that she only got married to Jared because the girlfriend of Vladimir Putin told him to stay together, and she's staying with the money. So all in all, she's just had so many penises that she did not want inside of her, or she did want inside of her. I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm not doubting the Jared things. I'm quite sure that's the only reason she married Jared, because why? With all your influence and who you are and everything, and you got Jared.
Well, I mean, I guess Jared's better than Sarah Huckabee Sanders. I mean, like, goddamn.
I'm sorry, but like, look, there are better-looking people that are in Congress that do more and have more of a presence. So, like I said, aside from money, why would you have Jared?
Well, that's simply put.
She would have been better off fucking hooking up with Lindsey Graham, and they still would have had more.
Yeah, I mean, once they brought in another guy for Lindsey Graham to get hard to.
I mean, well, no, she could just be the ultimate beard for Lindsey Graham that he doesn't have to pretend like doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Date Trump's daughter, and she'll uphold it, and he's already gonna grovel to Trump. So just
you know the best thing would have been,
and then he could be over on the side trying to hit on Eric all the time. You know,
she should have replaced Wendy Chow, the Asian chick that Mitch McConnell's married to, and has got railed by that turtle. Would have been the most powerful senator and president ever.
Lord. But that wasn't going to work because Elaine has too much power too. Mitch McConnell and Elaine together. Nah. They weren't going to separate regardless where both of their power positions are, even if they had marital issues. None of us would never fucking know. They're not giving that power up till they die.
Yeah, I make fun of Mitch McConnell like that. I make fun of Mitch McConnell. I literally put Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham in a relationship. And it was one of the funniest things I ever did. I call him Luscious Lindsay, and he calls me Meteor Mitch. Oh, that was great. I love making fun of that. Besides, and you know why, like, you want to know why she married Jared? Because, like, Jared can't. Because, Robert, here's the quick context. A while ago, when me and Captain K were doing our, a playthrough of Ninja Gaiden, I talked about how, like, I went on this weird Jared can't rant thing, and it was just a bunch of things Jared can't. For instance, Jared Kushner can't pronounce Donald Trump properly because he thinks Donald Trump is a type of duck. Like, that's yes, Jared can't go. I went to the school of Jared because I can't. You know, stupid shit like that. Jared Kushner can't Bambi. I remember that. I don't know what the fuck I was wrong with.
Jared can't Fogel?
Jared can't Fogel. And on that note, thank you for everyone for tuning in to this emergency Slab Lounge. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You all take care. Later on.